Hello and welcome to today's video, and today bit of a different video. We have a POV drive with, I guess, a commentary. Today another weekend, another nice weather, and I did make sure to turn on AC and make it as cold as possible just so the GoPro doesn't overheat. There are some issues with the newer GoPros, but there is nothing I can really do about them. But we're coming back from some grocery shopping. It's actually in the back. Let's talk about the downshifting in the E92 M3, because this is probably like one of the biggest reasons you would get this car, because of the downshifts, the engine sound, the induction, and the downshifts in this at first pretty difficult, but then the more you get used to them, it just becomes like a habit. Now this is one of the harder cars to get used to in terms of downshifting, and you may watch all of the videos on YouTube and you see everyone having those perfect amazing downshifts, but the reality is you won't see any of the jerkiness on the camera because of the stabilization. And again, it's very hard to see the gauge cluster and the RPM, so as you downshift you should be able to see that the RPM needle kind of goes up and it stays. That would be the ideal downshift. Unfortunately, not every downshift is ideal, but there are ways which you can kind of make them more ideal. So the perfect downshift consists of a light throttle bleep as well as an actual downshift. So you should be able to see that the RPM needle goes up and it should kind of stay, as I have said before. Again, not every single downshift is perfect. No matter what car you drive, you cannot have a perfect downshift every single time. Sometimes you may overshoot a little, sometimes you may undershoot a little. So when you overshoot, it's actually not that bad, because you can kind of still save that downshift by waiting for the RPM needle to go down a little and then kind of engage the clutch. But when you undershoot, that's a bit of a different issue, because most likely the car is going to yank you forward, which isn't a good feel and also not the best thing for your car. Again, not every single downshift has to be like a throttle bleep downshift. You see me that I was genuinely able to like just do a normal downshift. And oh, this sounds good. And as I was saying, whenever you overshoot, all you really have to do, so let me try to overshoot. I'm waiting and then I kind of engaged. It was a bit too late, but it was still not as bad as undershooting. So if you're a person and you're kind of giving yourself a hard time because you cannot get a downshift perfectly on every single time, that is perfectly fine. Whenever you're downshifting in this car, keep an RPM at a higher level allows for easier downshift. So it's the more RPM you have, the easier downshift becomes. Now, some tips that I can give you is try out a different pair of shoes. In my case, my previous pair of shoes, the sole on them was too thick and it was giving me kind of hard time getting the actual feel of the throttle pedal as well as the clutch pedal combo. And essentially, getting a smaller sole shoe did the trick for me. Now, I sometimes do have worse days. That's again perfectly normal. If I'm a bit tired, it may vary from person to person. So if we take a look at my fuel consumption, you can see that it's 14 liters per 100 kilometers, which isn't bad. It's actually amazing for this car, because my E92 335 had such a worst fuel consumption that this doesn't even bother me. I'm actually really happy about it. Now, one thing which I wish this car had was what my 335 had, and it was this kind of option where I was able to toggle and see real-time fuel consumption. So as I have pressed on the acceleration pedal, I was able to see what was the fuel consumption at that given time, obviously with some small delays. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because on the 335 I was able to kind of have this up on the screen, and I was able to see under certain loads what the fuel consumption level was. So I was able to kind of train myself to know what gear I should be in and what RPM under what load to get the best fuel consumption. Now this car doesn't have it, but I still think that the fuel consumption isn't bad. It could probably be better if I was to have those options. If you have any video ideas or things you would want to see, drop a comment down below. Any questions in general. Now, I do have a lot of things I want to do to this car, and I mean a lot. Unfortunately, most of them cost money. A lot of money, in fact. And at this current time, there is something really big coming. If you stick around, you will find out, but it's definitely much bigger than this car. So stay tuned for that. One thing that I have mentioned in one of my earlier videos was that I have to regenerate a steering rack. It is something that I still have to do. It's not bad by any means. For the past 4,000 kilometers, I had to add a tiny bit of hydraulic fluid. It's not like, it wasn't a huge amount whatsoever, so I'm really not worried, but it just has to be done. And I was checking out the places that do regen the actual steering racks, and most of them require you to kind of take it off and bring it over to them. Unfortunately, I'm in a situation where I cannot do that myself, as in remove the steering rack. So I was looking for a company that can essentially do it all for me, and there are a few companies, but the reviews are very iffy, to say the least. And I was able to finally find this one company, and the thing is, they have never done any M cars, and I really don't want to be giving this car away to other mechanics because of my previous experience as well as my current experience with my 335. Now, if you want to see the video where I talk about what happened to my 335, do stick around. I will release it once the entire situation will come to an end, but it's been over 8 months and I still don't have my 335. A fellow friend passing by. But again, once the 335 arrives, gets sold, it is going to unfreeze so much cash for me, and it will definitely make the content more interesting.